Welcome to the Success Factors Performance Management Training for Managers. This training session will focus on goal management and continuous feedback. We hope this training session will provide you with information that will assist you in learning to utilize our new performance management tool. My name is Jeffrey Dinkins. I am an employee development specialist.
And I'm Michelle Braxton, the HR Performance Analyst.
Our agenda is as follows. We'll provide you with an introduction to success factors, learning objectives, the purpose and functionality of success factors, a system demonstration, followed by a summary. Success Factors is the new Fulton County performance management system that will ensure strategy and goal alignment, track activities and achievements, and improve performance through continuous feedback and coaching when appropriate. Our learning objectives. Describe success factors and its functionality. Identify components of SMART goals. Review goal plan management and discuss continuous feedback. The purpose of this training session is to familiarize Fulton County employees with functionalities relating to goals and performance in success factors. Success factors is commonly referred to as SAP. Success factors is a cloud-based solution that manages business alignment and automates the performance and goal management process. Success factors can help meet organizational and individual goals, engage employees, and improves the customer experience. The functionality of goal management is to simplify the goal management process, track goal process, and ensure employees are working efficiently. Managers are responsible to cascade goals to their employees, identify who is working on which goals, and monitor goal progress. There are three types of goals in success factors. Number one, departmental KPI indicator or KPI goals. These goals are linked to your department's KPI. Number two, individual performance goals. Goals not linked to KPIs. An example would be any initiatives or projects you're currently working on. Number three, personal development goals. Goals which build knowledge and skills. For example, any certifications you may achieve and any training classes you may attend. SMART goals provide a method for creating goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Goals should be the primary focus of your time and effort throughout the year and should align to support larger organizational goals. The S represents specific, providing a goal that is descriptive of what needs to be achieved. M represents measurable, includes a metric with a target that indicates success. The A represents achievable, sets a challenging and attainable target. The R represents realistic, ensures the goal is relevant, reasonable, and results driven. And the T represents time bound, provides a date for when your goal needs to be achieved. In continuous feedback, employees can update progress and prioritize goals, create and share achievements and activities with their manager. Managers can view what the team is working on, schedule one on one discussions, and provide coaching. The Human Resources Management Department will remind managers to have quarterly check ins and provide managers with guidance on coaching. In continuous feedback, you can also request, view, and give feedback to employees in your department, which Michelle will demonstrate to you shortly. What is coaching? Coaching is the collaborative dialogue between managers and their employees. Coaching encourages employees to take a proactive role in their department while managers seek to improve their employees' performance. Coaching is the most effective when a manager has provided employees with the necessary resources, training, and opportunities to be successful. The system demonstration will provide the following: system access, general navigation, an overview of the home page, reporting structure, employee directory search, how to view a goal plan, how to create a goal and cascade a goal, how to review the goal plan of direct reports, how to review and update the status of goals, creating and updating activities and achievements, coaching, and how to request, view, and give feedback.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Now let's discuss how to access the SuccessFactors system. You will first need to double click the icon that will be on your desktop. Will look just like this. And if it's your first time logging in, the system may require that you input the company ID, which is Fulton, COUN, this here, and then you'll input your username and password. This is the same username and password that you use to log on to your computer. And then at that point, when you double click on the icon, after that point, it should take you directly into the system via the home page. So let's navigate to the home page. And for training purposes, we're in the test system. And the home page is a central location where employees can find tiles such as the reporting structure, goal plan, and continuous feedback. The icon on the top left side here is the home button. And this will get you back to the home page wherever you are within the system. To the top right is the search bar. And if I wanted to search for an employee, you simply type in their name in that field and their information will pop up there. All right, so in this, on the home page, you have several sections. If you have to-dos, then they will show up here. You also have the performance management dashboard, additional resources, training videos, and then my team. Under the performance dashboard, if we go into reporting structure, it shows your place within the organization. It allows you to search and see your or someone else's role within the organization. For example, if I want to search for a specific person, in this case, I'm going to search for our appointing authority within our department, then that will pull up their org chart. And if I click on that person's picture, it will display a box that looks similar to a business card. And there you'll see a little bit more information about that person, how many direct reports they have, the size of their team, who their manager is, and then you'll also see their email address. And if you click on the email address, that will allow you to send them an email directly from Outlook. Now, if I wanted to expand this org chart out, then if an individual has direct reports, then you click in this gray field here, and that will show and expand those fields out. To expand it back in, simply click on that arrow in that gray section again, and that will bring that information back in. You also can drag and drop this by holding the left button on your mouse. And you also have the ability to download this information by clicking on this download button. And you can save this information as well as a PDF or a JPEG. If you want to make the chart smaller or bigger, you can do so by clicking this. If I wanted to go up in the organization one level, then I just click up one level. All right, so let me show you something else that's helpful. If you click on the directory tab here on the top left-hand side, this allows you to do a little bit more of a detailed search for individuals or employees who are participating in utilizing success factors, and it provides you with different fields. We're going to we're going to search by department, and I'm going to select human resources. You just check by that department and do a search, and it will pull up all the employees that work in our department. One other feature that you can do, if you click this checkbox next to employee, anybody whose name is checked, you can export this list out. You also have the ability to send an email to all of those individuals at one time, and then you can also do a print preview. And to uncheck it, you just wanted to do 2, and then click export, and now export as an Excel file. Now let's go back to the goal plan tile, or let's go view the goal plan tile. As Jeff mentioned earlier, performance begins with goals management, and as a manager, you should always plan to discuss with your direct reports any goals which you plan to cascade or create for your direct reports. And when a goal has been cascaded down to your direct reports, they'll receive an email. And let me show you what that will look like. It will look like this, and your employees should log in, and you as an employee should log in anytime you receive that email and go to your goal plan tile. And it will have, it'll say, please be advised that this goal, and it'll state the goal, and then it'll state who your supervisor is. All right. So we're going to go into goal plan. And as you can see, this form is very simple and easy to follow, but it's still comprehensive enough to show you exactly what you need to know. At the top left, you'll see your name here, and then which goal plan we're in. So it automatically will show the current goal plan, but if you want to see previous years, you'll have the ability to do so by clicking on the down arrow. When goals have been created or cascaded to you, they will appear in in 1 or 2 sections, either departmental KPIs or individual performance goals. And so goals are automatically assigned a number to the right here, and there will be a brief description about that goal. And then in the next column, we have the KPI column, and if there's information that is associated with it, it will appear here. We also have the start date and the due date, and then the status of those particular goals here, and achievements column, which I'll discuss a little bit in more detail soon. And then the last column is the actions column. One feature I wanted to show you, if you click on display options, you have the ability to add um, or columns or take away columns if you choose. If you click update, then that changes what those columns will look like. You also have the ability to, in this actions column here, these three vertical dots, it provides you with the ability to edit goals, view goals, add goals directly to Outlook, which you can put it on your calendar, delete goals, move goals up or down, and then indent goals. In this section up here, you have the ability to cascade goals, delete goals, but the goal will have to be selected in order for that to happen. And then you also have the ability to print this page if you choose. Now let me turn your attention to the top left-hand corner where your name is. If you click on the down arrow, it will show you a list of who your supervisor is, who your peers are, and then at the bottom it will show all of your direct reports. If I try to click on someone who is not one of my direct reports, then it will provide this message: you do not have permission to access that user's goal plan. So it gives you some assurance that you employees only have, managers only have access to their direct reports goal plan. So let's click on one of Danny's direct reports. And as you can see, Danny has the ability to view all of his direct reports goal plans. And so you can quickly see what the current status of those goals are, which you've created or cascaded to them. And to go back to your goal plan, you click the down arrow and click on your name, and that brings you back to your goal plan. So let's talk about how to create a goal. There's two different ways, well, there's several ways to create a goal. In the top left hand or right hand side, if you click add a goal, there's two types here listed: create a new goal or goal wizard. And if I select goal wizard, then it pops up a box, and this actually tries to take you through the steps of a SMART goal. And so the category, you would need to select whether or not it's a KPI goal or an individual goal. You would type in a SMART goal, an actual SMART goal, but for training purposes, I will type this. And click next. And then how will you measure this goal? So this would be your KPI if it applies. And next. And then it asks, is this goal attainable? So if I click no, it's not going to let me go on to the next step. So this is some assurance that you've actually thought about, is this goal attainable? And if you click next, yes, and next, then it asks you, is this goal relevant? Again, same theory. And then time bound, it provides you with the dates. You would put the dates of when these are to start and due. And if you click next, it gives you an overview of what you just typed. If you click add more details, which you'll definitely need to do, then it breaks out various fields. The strategic priority, you would select the appropriate response. And then if there's a target, you can put that there. What the actual measure is there. If there are expected outcomes or results, you can put that information in that field. any activities or tasks that it would take to achieve that particular goal. You can put that information there. Has this been achieved? Then you can say in progress if you just put this in here, or no. And then and if there's any information that you wanted to change, you can do that there as well. And you would just click save and close, and then that information appears below. Now, if we click add a goal again, let me show you the other way in which you can create a goal. If you create a new goal, it pops up that same another box, which is going to be similar to what we just saw. Again, you can select either if it's an individual performance goal or a KPI goal. And then here, if it's a KPI goal, then you would need to select your department. And to the right, it will list your KPIs. And so you will check the box to the left that corresponds to that goal and click add selected. And similar to what we just saw, it pops up this box. You would change your strategic priority area, type in your goal, and the next section, as you can see, it put what your KPI is that you selected, so you don't have to change that information. If you had target information, you could put that there. If there whatever the actual was, you could put that there, and then whatever the expected results or outcome, and then any activities associated with that, and then has this been achieved, and then the status of that, and click save. So now that you've created a goal, you also have the ability to cascade one of those that goal to one of your direct reports. So to do that, there's this action section, which we talked about earlier. You'll need to first select your goal to the left here. You'll click the corresponding box next to that goal and click actions and then cascade. So this pop-up box will appear. It just tells who your supervisor is, and then you can check. You can select all your direct reports if that affected all those direct reports, or you can just select one. So that's going to vary depending on the goal. And so you select that person and click next. And then if there's any adjustments that you need to make that to that particular goal specific to that person or those individuals, then you can do that. If you need to change the date or anything else like that, then you can do that as well. And then click Cascade. And it'll say, okay, congratulations, you have cascaded your goal successfully. And so now that goal that Danny has cascaded to his direct report has been cascaded to Virginia. And so it has some information here as to which goal that you cascaded. All right, so now let me show you how to update the status of a goal. This action section, there's two different ways. Either this action section here, edit goal. And so again, we're just talking about the status. So has this been achieved? We can say yes. And has it been completed? Sure, yes. And so now you see the status here has been updated, and has it been achieved? We're saying yes now as well. Another way to edit the status of a goal, if you go directly underneath the goal, click edit. Same theory, this box pops up. You just scroll down and update these two corresponding fields. Now, the last thing I want to show you is how to add a goal directly to one of your direct reports. So if Danny went straight to Jeff's goal plan, he can create a goal, same concept here, add goal. Um, this is a goal. Don't forget to change our strategic priority. And if he entered that information, it would go there. And then click Save Changes. And so this shows up in this field here. So this would be in the event that you're not cascading one of your own goals. This is unique to them. So that's when you would add a goal directly to one of your direct reports goal plan. Again, to go back to your goal plan, you'd go here. All right. So now let's go to continuous feedback, or go to the home page and go to continuous feedback. Clicking on the continuous feedback tile. And when you access continuous feedback on the left side, you will see a section called People, which shows all of your direct reports. And then you have the details section on the right side, and any activities that you've recorded will appear here. And then we've got 3 different tabs, which we'll discuss. Activities, achievements, and feedback. Activities are incremental steps and physical actions that take place to support the completion of the overall goal. These may be projects, initiatives, or major tasks that you're working on. You can record all the activities you are currently working on and make regular status updates, set the importance of an activity, and add new activities so your manager knows what you're working on. And because your manager has visibility of your activities, coaching and guidance can also be provided. And the same applies to you and your direct reports. So let's talk about activities. Here on the activities tab, I'm going to show you how to add an activity. If you click add activity here, you would enter the activity's name, and you can update the status. And you also have the ability to link that to a particular performance goal if you chose, and then click save. And so, as you can see, it will show up here. You also have the ability to add an update in this section. And if you click OK, and you can put that information there. You can change the status if you choose. And then with these action buttons here, you have the ability to delete this activity, edit the activity, and request feedback, and which we'll talk about soon. And you have this flag here to discuss the importance of that. All right. So one thing to note is, just as you have the ability to add things to or activities to your continuous feedback plan, your manager and supervisor can do the same things. So let's go to see what one of Danny's direct reports has on his activities page and see what he's working on. These are the activities that Jeff is currently working on here. And if Jeff or Danny wanted to provide feedback based on the information that Jeff provided, he can do so here and click OK. Now, if I scroll down, we have a section called Other Topics. And so this is the section in which you as a supervisor and you as an employee have the ability to add topics that you want to discuss in your next one-on-one meetings with your manager, if we were in your page, or your employee, or with your employee, if you're in your employee's page. So Jeff already has some topics that he wants to discuss in the next one-on-one meeting that he has with his supervisor. If he wants to add more topics, we'll do that here. And I'll show you that shortly once we go back to Danny's page. The last section is the coaching section here. And in this area, managers can provide additional feedback to their direct reports. For example, if Danny wanted to tell Jeff one thing that he did well, he would go to this field and click OK. And so that information will be here. If he wants to edit it, he can go here and then, you know, add additional information in these fields. If he wanted to provide Jeff with information or feedback that he feels Jeff might need to work on, then this field is provided to be able to provide that information here. All right, so let's go back to Danny's page. And we're going to add a topic. To do so, just click Add Topic. And so this is topics that Danny wants to discuss with his supervisor. Let me click OK. And so that information remains here. Once he has that meeting with his supervisor, he can cross it off, meaning that it's been discussed. All right. So let's turn one of these activities into achievements so that we can move over into this field. So if he developed, I need to edit this. Let's say it's completed. So when I click completed, it pops up this box, create an achievement. It says, congratulations, turn your completed activity into an achievement to record it as part of your accomplishments for this year. You can change this information here if you choose, or you can just leave it as is, and then you would click create achievement. Now, not all activities that you complete you feel might be important enough to actually consider an achievement. So if that's the case, then you can skip that step. But for this training purposes, we're going to say it's completed. And let me show you where that information goes. Under the Achievements tab, you can see the list of achievements that Danny has here, and it can be sorted by time or by goal. It's important to keep track of achievements throughout the year so that both the employee and the manager have a complete picture of what the employee is focusing on and what has been accomplished throughout the year. The goal plan allows you to see any achievements that have been recorded for a goal, so this becomes a one-stop shop for all those actions you've taken to achieve your goals. When your performance conversations take place, all of your accomplishments and feedback are in one place, allowing you and your manager and you and your direct reports to have a more constructive conversation. Under the Achievements tab, we can view, again, like I said, the existing achievements. And then if we wanted to add an achievement directly to here, we can do that. by typing in the name, the date, and you have the ability to link it to an activity, and you can link it to a goal and click save. So again, that information will be here. Again, you can, similar to the activities page, you can request feedback that is tied to this particular achievement. You can edit achievements, and then you can delete achievements. Now, very quickly, let me show you if you've linked an achievement to a goal, which if we go to Danny's goal plan, it'll have a number here. And if you click on that number, it'll provide you with the detailed information about the achievement that you linked to that. All right. So let's go back to the feedback tab. And you can see any feedback that you've already received. That information will appear here. If you do receive feedback from someone else in your department, then you have the ability to link it to an activity that you're currently working on. So if you had a project that you were working on and someone provided you great feedback on that, then you can link it to that activity. Or an achievement, you know, if you had an accomplishment and they provided you with great feedback on that, then you can link that as well. All right, so you can request feedback, as Jeff stated earlier, from your coworkers. And so if Danny wanted to request feedback from a coworker, he can do that here by inputting their name, and then it automatically pops up this message, but you can change that as you see fit. If you try to type in an employee who doesn't work here in your department, that is, then it will provide you with this message basically stating you don't have permission to ask for feedback from that person. So again, it's only employees within your department. And then you can press send. And so similar to um, what I discussed earlier, when you get those feedback requests, they'll show up in your to-dos, and then you have the ability to provide the feedback or decline it if you choose. All right, back to the feedback. Any feedback requests that you've sent, you can view those here. And then you also have the ability to give feedback to your direct reports directly through this tab, or one of your coworkers. So similar to what we did before, just type in their name, their information will populate there, and then you'll type in the feedback that you want to provide them and then press send. So let's discuss the forms inbox here on your homepage. When applicable, certain documents relating to quarterly check-ins, feedback surveys, and performance improvement plans will appear here. And we're in the test system, so you'll see a quarterly check-in here. And then all the forms that, as it relates to quarterly check-ins or PIPs or feedback surveys, those will be here. Anything complete, it's like a storage for all those documents. Now we're going to go to the personal development tile. This is where you and your supervisor or you and your direct reports can add or create personal development goals such as training classes, job shadowing requests, certification classes, etc. And to do that, you'll click add a goal here. And it's similar to how you add an individual or KPI goal, but this it asks for what your personal development goal is. So and if there's any actions that need to happen as it relates to that, then you would put that information there. And then the status, you would put that information there, and then approval, um, if necessary, and click save. And then that information will populate here. And just how you have in the goal plan, you can update the status. Let's discuss additional resources. Now, you'll find tiles here that are fairly helpful to you. The frequently asked questions, if you click on it, a PDF document will will pull up, and then you have the quick reference guide, and all these are, are in PDF form, so you can print these. There's the supervisor and employee checklist and the HR policies. If you want to access Fulton County's HR policies, you can do that by clicking on this tile. If you have a question for the systems administrator, you can email them by clicking on this tile, and they'll pop up a email box from Outlook. If you want to access your departmental KPIs, you can access the Fulton County's performance management dashboard by clicking on this tile. This section here, training videos, this will change, but you will have access to the various training videos that Fulton County provides for you, and those will appear in this section. Now, this last section, My Team, you have three different tiles: Manage My Team, the Performance Improvement Plan, and then there's going to be reporting tiles here available to you. Now, if I click on Manage My Team, I find this very helpful. It's like a shortcut if you want to access and quickly know, the status of the things that your employees are working on. And it tells you kind of green light, red light, where they stand in that. If you click on Take Action, then you have access to see the general information, which is kind of like their little profile page. That you can go directly to their goal plan, their personal development plan. You can go directly to their activities, and you can go directly to their achievements simply by clicking one of your direct reports and then clicking Take Action. So that's very helpful. And the next tile is the performance improvement plan, and this is a self-service form. And when you need to utilize this form for the PIP process, this will be available to you. And then again, like I said, this tile, these will change depending on what the organizational needs are, but you have the ability to do reporting. And if you select all, or if you just select one, depending on which tile it is, then you can export this file out. Now, that concludes the demonstration portion of this training session. So I'm going to turn things back over to Jeff, and he will summarize the things that we've gone over.
In summary, Success Factors manages business alignment and automates the performance and goal management process. Managers have a full view of their direct reports, goal plan, and status. Managers can view recorded activities and achievements. Managers can provide continuous feedback and coaching. If you have any questions or technical issues, designated email addresses have been provided for you. Your performance management contacts are Ms. Alberta Nero and Ms. Michelle Braxton. Michelle and I want to thank you for participating in this training session. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.